What's your PSN? I need to compare my trophy count to yours.
What's your friend code?
Tell me your PSN now. You don't have any credibility.
Prove yourself.
Prove yourself
Fight me
to
to
me.
the death.
If you want to see my trophy count, what you want to do is just look down below this video and you'll see a number of subscribers. That's my trophy count. And it's bigger than yours.
Hit him with the flex.
Have you dabbled with 3D before?
No, what is that?
It's made in Louisville, KY, in the
That's
United
Kentucky.
States of America. Is it Louisville or Louisville?
Louisville.
But it's got an S in there.
It does.
That would indicate it's Louisville.
Well, Melbourne has a lot of letters in it too. All right. Let's not go down this road.
Touche. So you haven't tried the 3D cotton candy flavor before?
I have no idea what that is.
You're a bit
That
of-
might not be from the United States.
Oh.
That might be some bootleg, roughneck,
Uh-huh.
out in the wild back type juice that just says Kentucky on it.
You're a bit more of a bang man yourself.
All day, we're a Bang family. Actually, I'm a family of whoever sponsors the stream or YouTube channel first, or podcast. Whoever that is, that's still up for grabs.
So you're good. It's a good thing to let you know that 3D is actually the sponsor of today's video.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I swear to if it is, then I love it. If it is, cut all that out. I've always had it. I actually been drinking it for years.
Hello, welcome back everybody to TCS with Josh and George. This is the episode I don't even know anymore. I've changed my studio and my background. George is still in the same. He's still stuck in the green room. He hasn't
Still in
been
the
able to
green
get out
room.
yet.
I'm still in the green room. It's
He's
still
making-
green. This is painted. I can't escape.
He's trying to get out. You've been trying to get out of that room for months now.
I've been trying to get out of this podcast for months. The room is fine.
Yeah, George.
The room is great.
George is now contractually obliged to finish his obligations on the podcast the next several months.
I lost a bet.
Yeah, he lost a bet.
I lost the
and,
trophy hunting bet, and now I work for Josh.
And now he just records podcasts for me for free until we're done.
I thought we discussed payment for this in Discord.
Yeah, we did. I had
Okay.
my agent emailed your agent. They were fine tuning everything. I think. So when I spoke to Steve for all of you guys out there is actually my agent. He said to me you hadn't signed the contract yet.
I didn't.
You didn't sign it? You gonna sign
I
it?
got some revisions. I want to put some edits in there.
Okay. Well, if you get that back, we can once that's signed, we can start organizing payment.
Well, we got a lot of interviews to go through, maybe about 10, 15 interviews to really discuss what we need and where we want to get. So
Don't even start. Just don't even start. Oh, guys, hopefully everyone in the YouTube world is having a good day today. Now, over the last couple of weeks, who knows when you're going to see this, because I think we're recording these a few weeks ahead. I've been promoting a podcast feed that you can subscribe to. Now, after being rejected by iTunes, not once, but twice, I've decided I don't need iTunes anymore. So instead of going to your favorite podcast feed, just watch this on YouTube, like you're probably doing now. That's
Spotify. You can probably get on Spotify.
I mean, Spotify would probably be willing to work with us, right?
Just get on DistroKid and then put it on Spotify.
Apple is
But
just
no one
like that.
uses iTunes. Who wants 99 cents Rick Astley music? Nobody wants that.
Apple was like, I don't think we can put this on our platform.
iTunes is for the iPod. You still use your iPod?
I use a Zune exclusively. Yeah, actually.
You want that Microsoft sponsorship big time if you're rocking the Microsoft
Let's
Zune.
let's get that out of here. Yeah, so look, iTunes and podcast feeds are out for the time being. Maybe we'll explore it again later down the track. We actually delayed, for anyone who's watching this, we delayed the start of the podcast. The podcast's going live. That's why we're about 15 weeks ahead. Because
Many
we were
weeks.
waiting for iTunes to give us the green light. And we've actually just decided that, we don't want to have 15 weeks of irrelevant videos that we've recorded. So these just have to go live, right?
we actually started recording these when Cyberpunk was announced, and then we were just gonna not release them until Cyberpunk was released. So this is kind of why that's why we're talking about old stuff.
We actually started recording these in 2017 before we even had a YouTube channel.
That's right.
And a Twitch stream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Far
it's
out.
been a long time. We're finally releasing it. It's going to be riddled with bugs and errors, and we'll probably end up pulling it and then apologizing, but it'll be good.
I think better than Cyberpunk at least, which is not a high bar to reach, is it?
Not better than Knack 2 though.
Knack 2 is good, and like I've said several times, this is the world's #1 Knack 2 enthusiast podcast on the internet.
Hopefully.
I think we can claim that at this point, and you know we've only had a few episodes go live, and I think we can claim that at this stage comfortably.
Yeah, definitely. With the shirt is what sets it off. You're not gonna see this on your mama's podcast.
No, absolutely not.
No, this is good.
So this week's episode, we thought what we might talk about is achievements and trophies, the pros and the cons. I don't know what we're gonna call it. Maybe just achievements versus. I'll think of something better than achievements versus trophies. I'll come up with something that really triggers all of you guys to click on the video. But I'll work on that later down the track. It's not important right now. But it's going to be about achievements versus trophies. But before we talk about achievements and trophies in gaming and things like that, I got to check in with my buddy George and find out what's been happening this week, George. What's been happening, my friend? How have you been?
What's been happening? I've been having a renewed creativity streak where I've been working on a lot of things. In addition to the podcast, I've been having some pretty great Twitch streams, and I've went back and started uploading to my YouTube channel again. So I've been really excited about that. I've been learning a lot of video editing, photo editing, and then just general like script writing and stuff like that. So I've been really feeling good, and I've been cooking dinner for the wife too.
Good. I'm glad that's all you've been cooking. I was worried it was going to be something else, but
I've been cooking meth. I've been cooking drugs.
Yeah.
No, it's like kind of snowballed where I was just like in a shitty mood, a crappy mood, and about the creative process, and that Kate was like just exhausted we were at the gym, and I was like, how about I just go to the grocery store and just buy some stuff and just cook you dinner? And she was like, really? And then it like just kind of snowballed out of there. I just felt so good because I gave her a plate, like a good steak and vegetable dinner. And she was like, this is actually incredible. And I was like, I can make good stuff.
You charged her for it afterwards? You bought the bill to
I
the
do
table
have confidence. No, it's all for free. It's just for exposure, like most endeavors. But I felt so good that I was like, you know what? I'm going down in the basement. I'm going to start making that YouTube series that I've always talked about. I'm doing it today. And I've just been struggling through. I've been Googling a lot of Adobe Premiere tutorials. But, every time I make a new one, it feels better and better. So I've been really happy about feeling creatively fulfilled.
I'm a fan of this. It means you're now joining the Depressed Boys team by making YouTube videos.
It's my secret. I've always been depressed.
So you've always been part of the club. That's good. It's good. You'll be able to
tears of a clown.
Yeah, you'll be able to feel that. I'm always crying. I literally just stop crying, wipe my eyes off before we start recording, and then go, all right.
I was just cutting onions. I'm making a lasagna.
The good thing is, if you're feeling tired or anything like that from, like you said, going to the gym, just feeling exhausted, feeling down. One thing, something I like to do when I'm feeling tired is not a sponsor yet.
Yet.
So
we're looking at you 3D.
Exactly. Well, yeah. If you want to sponsor the podcast, get in touch. I'm not just asking. I'm really. At this point, I'm actually begging. Please.
I've got a command that goes off on Twitch that promos the YouTube channel, and it just says, please, for the love of God, please go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. Just please, I'm begging you. This is the only way I can get out of this hell.
Do you want to, before we get into the video, because people generally only watch my videos for the first couple of minutes and then they stop watching. Do you want to plug the YouTube channel now?
YouTube.com/eGeorge. I do commentary videos on the funny happenings that's going on over on Twitch and then social platforms in general. So sometimes TikTok. I mean, I'm hoping to branch out eventually, but right now I'm kind of focusing on like top Twitch streamers, stuff like Pokimane, Amarath, just weird drama and happenings, and my own comedic take on it.
There
But
you
yeah,
go.
sub will be great.
So if you like Pokimane and Amarath and Tim the Tap Man,
That's one.
I'm sure he's going to feature there. Any of
Nick
those,
Merckx, XQC, Miskip, all of those guys.
any of those guys. Now that we've mentioned them all, I could probably say feet and then include all of them in this video as well. It's just a little bit of a clicky sort of thing. So that's
Amaranth is who you want for the thumbnail.
That's the one. Okay, I'll have a look.
Yeah.
I'll have a look when I'm building it. Nice. I'm happy. I'm happy you're making YouTube videos again. I think it's gonna be interesting for you to see how it all goes.
I have a lot of fun doing it. I'm basically doing it for nothing too, so it's like whatever. Like if they don't do well, I don't care.
To be fair, so am I, and I've been doing it for a year and a half. So there's that.
Well, it's like my side gig, kinda.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if I fall off and just stop doing it, Twitch will still be there. And then, you know, but if I stick to it, which I think I will, I really do enjoy. Now that I understand Adobe, it's fun. When you don't understand video editing and you're just like, what is ripple delete? It is a nightmare, you know, but now that I'm speaking the language a little bit more, I do have quite a bit of fun.
It helps for sure.
Mm.
Yeah, my Twitch was actually, YouTube was always my side gig as well, and so was Twitch. And then both of them just became no gig
in town.
No gig.
What's going on with you? What about your news? You always ask me my news. Do you have any good news? Only bad news?
Only bad news. Probably only like 5 or 6 hours of just crying today, which is pretty good actually for me. Normally
it's pretty low.
Sort of, yeah. Normally it's like 8 to 10, so pretty good. I would say in terms of like depression and just overall being miserable, feeling not too bad. But no, it's cold as death here in Australia. So we're getting like I don't know. You guys measure temperature differently than us, but normally it's really hot here always. But for some reason, this like last week, it just got super cold, and we're now sitting at like 5 to 8 degrees of hotness, which is pretty cold. That's cold, I would say. Well, it is for here. So I've been managing that. Otherwise, I did some improvements to the studio. As you can see, I've put a curtain up, which is something I've been saying I was going to do for a few weeks. It stops the light from shining in, which just ruins the entire ambience of the videos. So I'm pleased with that. Well, otherwise, there's nothing really to report. Like I said, I'm on the job hunt at the moment. I'm on the prowl, prowling for jobs, because all of you didn't subscribe. It's your fault that this is happening.
I unsubscribed. Does that help?
I also unsubscribed.
I recommend.
On my secondary account, I clicked "Do not show me these. I'm not interested." Was an option. So yeah, what?
I was gonna say, I don't have the sunlight issue because it's 12:30 a.m. here.
Yeah, you're also in a completely green box as well. So
I know I have different issues, but sunlight's not it.
Yeah,
it's usually 1 a.m. when we're doing this.
The funny thing about George's room is it doesn't have a door or a window. It's just a green box. He's literally
this
is
a saw trap.
And
this is a saw trap.
His wife occasionally lets him out. Not often, but sometimes she lets him out, and he can go out and scurries along and does his thing. Otherwise, he's just always in that green room.
You could hear me howl through the nights.
Yeah.
This is a haunted room.
From Australia. Yeah, so nothing's happening on my end. Just as plain and boring as always. But hopefully, we'll be able to land a job soon. And it will just make me feel a lot less miserable.
A job make you feel less miserable?
Well,
I don't know about that.
Could be the opposite, hopefully
go all the way over. Feast or famine.
Yeah, I've the YouTube schedule has been a bit iffy this last month or so. I haven't really been uploading quite as much. I think I've been going through a bit of a creative block, writer's block, mental block phase with YouTube, and have been struggling a little bit with the kind of content I want on the channel and the content I'm happy with. I end up recording a lot of videos and then just deleting them. I record them, I pull them into like my editing suite, I start working on them, and I'm just like, I hate this, and I delete it straight away. So I've done that with a number of videos of late. I'm not sure. I'm having a hard time just being satisfied.
Ethan from H3H3 made a video talking about that exact same thing a long time ago before they pivoted towards the podcast. He was like, we've had 4 or 5 great videos that would make money. We look at them, just delete them.
Yeah.
And so maybe you're going through a similar growth phase where just you want to evolve the content. Yeah.
I think I've always deleted, like when I was doing daily uploads. So a peek behind the curtain is I did batch recording. So when I would do daily uploads, I'd record like 7 videos or 8 videos in a day. So I had, a bunch of stuff to work with, and then I'd edit them like the next day or over the next couple of days. And whenever I did that, I always recorded 1 or 2 extra videos, which I'd either like slot into the next week or just delete if they didn't work out. So I was always scrapping ideas that didn't work. It's just now all the ideas aren't working for me, not just 1 or 2 of them. So I'm sort of trying to figure it out. It's a thing.
So that's where the Xbox idea is coming from, covering a little bit of Xbox, and then
no.
Oh no, that's not it.
Nothing to do with it.
Just Xbox is better. Is that what it is? It's like I just am switching.
I've been playing actually a fair bit more Xbox of late, because. This has got nothing to do with the video stuff. This is more because Game Pass is so good. I've been paying like my $6 or $7 subscription to Game Pass and playing games on it because it's just a cheaper way of playing games. I can't afford, and like, I don't know, maybe there's people out there who've got plenty of money. They can buy all the latest games and stream them and just do whatever they want. I can't afford to buy every game. So especially next gen prices, they're just so expensive. So, having a solution like Game Pass, which is just like $6 or $7 a month, I can stream stuff on the Xbox and play it. And I think I'm going to probably do that with a lot of third-party games because it's just a cheaper option.
Right. Now, I don't know a lot of things about Xbox gaming current day because I've been off of Xbox since I traded in my Xbox One for a PS4.
Sure.
But one thing that I've known to this date is like Game Pass is like the reason to be on Xbox.
Yeah.
And so like when I watched your video comparing the PS Now versus the Game Pass offerings, I was like, there is no debate. This doesn't even need to be a video. But then the comments were like, hey, play PlayStation right now or I'll kill you.
Yeah, there's a few guys who got a little bit too excited. Did you actually, so you wouldn't have seen this, but today Xbox actually announced that they're adding like another 10 titles to Game Pass this month in May, starting like next week. There's like another 10 additional games they're adding to Game Pass.
Did PS Now announce that?
PS Now is still just Neo 1.
They're actually they're reducing games actually.
Yeah, it's insane though. I don't know. I was gonna make a follow-up video about it, but I don't think I will. I think it's not necessary. But it's just it's pretty incredible as an offering, just the sheer quantity of the volume of games they're giving you and the quality of them too. You've got such awesome titles on there. Outriders came to Game Pass day 1 at launch. So if you want to play, you know what I mean? Like it just sort of,
right.
How do you justify paying $70 for a game on PS5 when you get it for free if you've got a subscription to Game Pass?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I skipped the Returnal. I actually really want to play Returnal, but it's too expensive.
I agree.
And I've been hesitating to pull the trigger on Village, but I want to play it.
Yeah.
I just don't have the extra income to do it. So can you get achievements on Game Pass?
Yeah, you can. You can get achievements on Game Pass as well. The gaming prices thing, I think we should save that for another week. We'll talk about that another week. But it's a good segue into achievements and trophies because you can earn achievements on Game Pass. Like, so you can on PlayStation Now as well. You can earn trophies there. So they're like kind of really good tools for a trophy hunter or an achievement hunter because they're giving you this just enormous Netflix style library of content.
Yeah, if I were a budget hunter, I would be on Game Pass or PS Now.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's just kind of the way it goes.
Yeah.
Especially if you could get some of those easy ones that hit that fix of I knocked out a good clean completion on Xbox or a platinum on PS Now.
You're talking about Toy Story Mania?
Oh hell yeah!
Every day of the week, baby.
All day. Toy Story Mania. Like there's some like big game hunter games on PS Now and
The
stuff
Cabela's,
like that.
yeah, Cabela's
Yeah,
big game hunter.
some of those are over there. You get those.
I remember doing those, man, on the PS3. I'm not proud of it, but I did them.
I did those on 360.
Yeah, were you happy?
So I was a achievement hunter for a long time before switching to PlayStation, which is why I think the discussion about achievements v trophies is interesting, because I've been on both sides. I got up to about 200,000 gamer score before I switched to trophies, and now I'm at about the same level for trophies.
Yeah, you're about equal. I actually don't remember what I was on Xbox, but I was the same on 360. I was achievement hunter as well. I started on PS3 when that generation rolled around, before trophies were even a thing, and then partway through the generation I switched to 360. And then I was 360 for the rest of the generation. So it was a bit of a weird one. I think I changed around the time Uncharted 2 came out, and then sort of just played the exclusives on PlayStation mostly. But where do you come down? Like, that's just to start with on it. Do you think achievements or trophies? And you've got a green background.
So I don't think that there
No.
I don't think it needs to be.
No. Don't be. What are you going to actually give me a fence-sitting answer here? Are you kidding me?
No, what I'm going to say is that, like, I don't care. Does that make sense?
Okay, cool. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next week's episode.
Well, I just hate that your entire scrapbook of gaming needs to be tied to the console manufacturer that made the console. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's so weird, because like I really like a lot of my Xbox achievements. Like I did like Guitar Hero 3, like DJ Hero. I did some of the hard peripheral games.
Yeah.
I did some of those other games that I just really liked, like Dante's Inferno. All of that is lost because I don't play Xbox anymore. That really bothers me.
The accomplishment is still there.
Like the record, when I open up my gamer card now, is my PlayStation one.
Yeah.
I don't see those. I don't have that anymore.
Yeah.
So like it kind of is a weird thing to just be like, my trophies are somewhere out in the Microsoft cloud. I'll never go look at them ever again, or my achievements, I should say. And it is sad to me. But like, for whether or not one system is better than the other, it's hard for me to say. I like the Platinum Trophy. I do like that.
The YouTube channel or the...
No, never that. The actual concept of you got a complete game.
Okay,
is
cool.
As
good to
one
clarify.
thing.
I agree. I also don't like the YouTube channel, and I also like the concept.
One of my issues that started to take me away from achievement hunting was how vague it became to have a complete game. Like, you do Condemned Criminal Origins. That's a 970 out of 970 to get a complete. You do
really?
a game
It's
with
not
DLC.
1,000?
It wasn't even 1,000. It was right before they standardized the 1,000.
I should wait. We should clarify that as well, just for the audience who might not be aware. So the two systems work like this. We have, on the trophy side, obviously you've got bronze, silver, and gold trophies, which will accumulate to a platinum. Platinum normally for getting all of the other trophies on a list. That's how that works. You basically accumulate a trophy level and a platinum count, and that's kind of how it's measured. On Xbox's side, they have a system called Gamer Score. G, basically. And generally speaking, I think it was like indie games had 200 G and full games had 1,000 G, apart from maybe some of the older ones. And same thing, they sort of are equivalent to a bronze, silver, or gold trophy because they have different points. So maybe 20 G for one achievement or 5 G for an achievement. And it all accumulates into sort of basically 100%, 1,000 G, which is, your platinum, your 100%. But that's how the two systems work. So on Xbox, you accumulate gamer score or G, and basically your level becomes how many G you have, which is also, it's a neat way of doing it. But I think it's important just to clarify.
It's a cool way of doing it.
I'll let you continue your story. Sorry, George.
So yeah, well, also on that point, I think the 200 gamer score was Xbox Live Arcade specific games.
Yeah, you're right.
Not just indie games.
Yeah.
So like they would remaster or they would re-release games like Ultimate Mortal Kombat as Xbox Live Arcade games, and you get 200 on it. And some of those games would have DLC. So you could have like 240 on Xbox Live Arcade game, 1220 for Xbox Oblivion Shivering Isles, right? You get like 1200 for that.
Sure.
It was not as clean as a way to represent the amount of games you played, because if you were a Xbox Live Arcade guy and you played 5 of them, your gamer score was not equivalent to playing a big game. It's just kind of hard to quantify it. The platinum system, I do like it. I like the idea of one big badge. It says you did this. It's done. It's dusted. You finished Tearaway Unfolded, and you're like, yes, I did it.
So I guess the platinum system probably leans better towards completionists, because you're rewarded for getting 100% of everything in a game. You get the platinum trophy. That means you've completed all the trophies. Whereas the achievement system, it doesn't really reward you getting 100%. It rewards a total gamer score, so you can measure your entire lineage, I guess, playing games. But it doesn't really encourage you to go and finish anything to get that 1000G, unless you're just like really OCD about it.
Yeah, and you would the completionists flex their completion percentage anyway. So like you would just say, you would just go pull your card from True Achievements or True Xbox, and then that'll also quantify it based on the amount of unlocks to say, hey, I actually spent a lot of time on a hard game nobody did. So that's what you would flex. But
a game
I do like the trophy, the one platinum trophy that says this is it, you did it. You know, it's a lot more fulfilling than the 1000 on an Xbox.
I think as a completion point, I agree. Because you could just play thousands of games on Xbox, but just play an hour of each of them, and you'd get all the early achievements, and you could have a bigger gamer score than someone who's going for 100%, but your gamer score would look massive, and you've really not really accomplished anything.
Right.
But I guess the inverse is actually true with trophy hunters now too, given the rise of the garbage platinum trophy, essentially. And I don't mean the YouTube channel. I'm talking about Red Leaker in this instance, and East Asia Soft. Like these 15 or 20-minute visual novel platinums, or really straight, like these games that are designed for you to platinum, buy to platinum and stack and things like that. You know, that to a degree has kind of diminished that number now, because you could look at someone's trophy count who has, say, 200 platinums, and 150 of those could be Red Leaker games these days.
Yeah, you got 1000 platinums, 600 of them are all, $5 trophies. And I mean, you flex the volume play, I guess. But I mean, they have the garbage 1000 on Xbox too.
Oh yeah, it exists on both. So
it's not like those games are not going on Xbox.
No, it's a problem on both, but it does create a challenge to quantify, right? How do you quantify like success when trophy hunting or achievement hunting now? Because I remember there was a time when we were doing Twitch streams and we were looking at people's trophy accounts. I don't know if you were there or not, but we were sort of looking at them, and you see someone's got like
I did Poe.
You did Poe, yeah.
I did Poe's trophy review.
5 platinum trophies on one guy's account, but they're all from Final Fantasy games. And then 30 or 40 on another account, but all of them are Red League games. And you're like, well, technically he's got more, but does he?
I think that information is not useful anyway. It's like to say that I have a huge gamer score or platinum count doesn't really impress me personally. I just don't. I don't adhere to that model, because like a lot of gamers that I play with have maybe only a very few amount of platinums, but they have Crypto the Necro Dancer. I look at that card and I'm like, whoa,
platinums are available.
It's
right?
like that. There's only like 2 people that have done that. You did that, and they're like, yeah, I just did that because it was the hardest one, knocked it out. That card will be lost if you stacked it up against every single other card.
Yeah,
but
I mean, compare that to Hakum.
Yeah, Hakum is so tired.
Yeah, I saw a picture of him the other day, and he just looked really tired.
He needs rest.
Yeah, I'd say get some sleep, Hakum.
He needs some CBD or something. Some melatonin.
Cahoom,
Cahoom, it may concern.
Hakum's been drinking his 3D and hasn't been taking his melatonin in the meantime to get some sleep. I've been taking melatonin to sleep actually. It does wonders.
Yeah, my wife takes it. I don't. Maybe
Yeah.
I should I take it?
It helps.
I just watch your videos if I need some sleep.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people have told me that actually. That if they want some sleep, just chuck on one of my playlists and bang, they're out to it like that.
Your playlist or my stream? Which one do you want to go? You want live content?
In fact, watch one of my playlists while watching one of my old VODs on Twitch, and you'll be out to it so quickly.
That's people can't handle that level.
Nah,
that amount is that will send someone deep into the shadow realm. If
that's why I had to quit streaming. Everyone who was watching live kept falling asleep. It's a big problem. I agree with what you're saying. I think I don't measure success through trophies anymore either. Like I used to think I used to be a big trophy guy, similar to yourself. I think you and I have both kind of over the past sort of 12 or 18 months slowed down a lot. You know, we've prioritized other things. Mine used to be around completionist, and then that trophy hunting sort of instinct kicks in. You're like, well, I could knock out these like 4 or 5 easy boys here, and my numbers could be bumped up to this and things. And I used to do that a lot. And yeah, I agree. I'm not as impressed these days by seeing a big number, because, you know, a big number could mean either you've been playing and earning trophies since 2008. You know, you've literally been doing it for 12 or 13 years. Or it could mean, you know, you started last week and just bought every Radalika game.
Yeah, you did a live stream, 100 platinums in 24 hours, and you just drilled them all, you know. That happens.
It happens quite frequently. So I think a platinum count, and even I guess a gamer score count, then to a degree doesn't necessarily measure success.
I think the thing that motivates me is the challenge of doing it to 100% for me. Right. So like when I look at my card, the things that stick out to me the most are the games that I could not finish, either for lack of time or things coming up, or the game was just crazy boring, like Mass Effect Andromeda. But when I see that it not being 100%, it sticks out like a sore thumb, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Maybe 10 years ago when I was playing 360, I'd look at my friends list, people who were aggressively Xbox achievement hunting, and be like, if he's finished that one, I got to finish it too. But not anymore. First off, I don't have any friends on PlayStation. Secondly, like, it's just not feasible to hit them all and do it all. And like, I remember, you know, back in 2009, like going through xboxachievements.org, was that it? And then looking through all the upcoming games, looking at the trophy list, and basically having like a chart of all the games I wanted to do. I had like an Excel sheet that was all the games I wanted to do, and I had a GameFly account, and I was like, I could do all of these on GameFly. So you would get those, knock those sent back, and I was like power gaming hard.
So that was like, you were getting Rango, you were getting Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, you were all over Men in Black, Alien Crisis.
Yeah, like the GameFly account was just for achievement whoring. Like it only sent me games that I could flip in like 2 days and mail back. And I had like 2 or 3 Xboxes. I was living alone because I had got my first job. Yeah. And me and my girlfriend broke up, so I literally had nothing to do. And I was making like salary money and was just bored in an apartment that had like just a couch, not even a bed. So I was just gaming all day,
sleeping on the floor, just covering pizza boxes, just sleeping amongst the pizzas.
Yeah. And then I just randomly fell out of it just one day. I was just didn't want to do it anymore. And I didn't really get back into gaming until like Overwatch. And then that wasn't even for achievements. And then when Xbox One came out, I was just tired of games in general. That's why I switched to PlayStation. Yeah. It took me a while to relapse into hunting, because I was just like ready for No Man's Sky to come out, and
that was great. A bust. That was a great game too. So
that's when we started the podcast.
Yeah, and that's actually when we started it.
We'll release the podcast when No Man's Sky is playable. That's why they're coming out now.
When we get approved by iTunes, and bada bing, bada boom. We still not.
So I mean, where do you fall on which one's better, achievements or trophies? Clearly trophies, right? That's what your channel is about, huh?
Yeah, I think there is for a completionist, which is what I was. I was earning trophies to satiate an OCD thing. It started for me as like being satisfied getting 100% in a game once, and then being able to be done with the game and move on. That was what, PS2 era, PS3 era at the start as well. And then I'd be like, cool, I've got my money's worth out of the game. I've got my value from it. I'm done with it now. And you could sell it, trade it in, and you know it's finished. And then when trophies and achievements started getting implemented, that was a good way of then, tracking that to a degree and being like, cool, that's like satisfied my OCD. This was back in the day we actually had to finish games to 100% to get the platinum. Of course, that's not the case anymore. But
It sure isn't.
but back in the day, that was a good metric of being like, cool, I've done everything there is here. I'm satisfied. And that was what it started as. And it was like that through a lot of the PS3 generation. And the platinum unlock was a good way of tracking that for me. So I did that up until the PlayStation 3 got hacked, which I think was like 2011 when that hack happened. And that was when I switched to 360. The PlayStation Network went down for like a month, and they stole all my credit cards, and it was pretty bad. For people who aren't, I'll make a video about it at some point. But Sony got hacked, and they stole a lot of data and information and things. And that was when I switched to 360 after that, because they just handled it terribly. Couldn't play with friends or do anything for a month. And at the time, we didn't know if it was going to be a month or a year, because Sony was just like, we don't know. They were just sweaty boys doing whatever. So I switched to Xbox, and it was just a better platform for playing online and playing with friends. I had Party Chat, which worked so much better. They had this proper online gaming community, which the PS3 just didn't have. They had a store. And then back then, a lot of gamers won't be aware, but the PlayStation Store on the PS3 was actually just a web browser. When you click on the icon, it loaded the web browser and went to like store.playstation.com on the web browser on the PS3. It was atrocious. We take it for granted how bad it actually was. But so I switched to Xbox and just worked at getting achievements there. It probably wasn't as satisfying, and it always frustrated me when you bought a game and you got 1000G on it, then you put it away, and then a month later they'd release DLC for it, and they give you like another 250G, and you'd be like, God damn, I'm gonna get this thing out again and get that 250G, even though I don't want to play the DLC. And that's obviously something that happens in trophies, but it's not as much of a problem because the platinum is still yours.
Right.
So there's that. There's pros and cons for both. I come down on both. I think for a completionist, I think trophies are better. For an overall system, I think the achievement system does work better. I think it's probably gotten a little bit more broken over time. Through the Xbox One era, they were giving you achievements for like watching Netflix and stuff.
And like phone games.
Yeah. So like you could
like,
earn
come
achievements
on.
on your Windows 10 phone. You could earn achievements for like watching, it's like watch one show on Netflix or watch like 10 hours of Netflix and stuff, and you're getting achievements for that.
Microsoft PC games.
Yeah, they did that too.
Like you can get achievements for them.
So they sort of blew the system out a little bit. But they did some cool things. Like there was an achievement for getting the Xbox One at launch, which was like the future of gaming or something like that. And you unlocked an achievement for a game which I think was just Xbox for getting the Xbox at launch. It was like a DLC code that you redeemed, and I thought that was like a little cool thing because it's on your profile forever, showing that you were one of the early adopters of that platform. So I think they do things like that are quite cool. But then they do some other stuff it's a little bit strange. Technically speaking, I think the achievement system is probably better than trophies. Being able to track where you're at in terms of like collectibles and things like that has been a staple for Xbox achievements for an entire generation since the start of Xbox One. So what, like 12 years on 10 years almost.
I've been really blown away by the fact that there hasn't really been a clean way for trophies to do that. I really don't.
Yeah, through all of PS4 there was nothing. PS5 has just implemented it for some games
to a limited extent,
some trophies, and like I think I've played only a couple of games that do take advantage of it. Games that should take advantage of it just don't, and it doesn't always work. So that's something I would say from a technical perspective. I think achievements are technically better from that side.
Yeah, it seemed like Microsoft really cared about growing and creating a good environment for that community. Like it seemed like really early on Microsoft acknowledged that that was a community and made steps to take care of it, because like as soon as people were saying, hey, can we get more sorting options and more customization options for how to see trophy or achievements, they rolled them out. Like we've been begging for that on PlayStation for a whole generation, and we didn't really see anything for it. They actually made it harder to find trophies on PS5.
Yeah,
like I can't even find them on the console.
They hid them.
Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because I mentioned this in another video I made a while back about how Microsoft actively promotes achievements. They use it in their marketing for games and for things. So Games with Gold, every month they release 4 games. And they always say 4,000 gamer score included with these games. That's like part of their marketing tagline that they use to promote the titles. PlayStation Plus, I mean, technically you can earn like 4 or 3 platinum trophies out of it normally. They never talk about it. I worked at Sony for a number of years, and I can't think of a time where we acknowledged or talked about trophies.
Yeah, I mean, they're bordering Nintendo levels of not caring about a reward system, you know?
Yeah, but truthfully, though, I think the system hasn't been updated for a number of years. It's stayed mostly the same since it launched on PS3. It's had a few improvements on PS4, and then, you know, a few cosmetic improvements on PS5 with like the videos and things like that. But realistically, it hasn't changed, and it's not even been promoted. Even with the PS5's launch, the trophy features weren't even one of the new features that was at the forefront of something they would promote as part of the PS5 ecosystem.
Yeah, I remember there was a lot of chatter on the internet about people being concerned on whether or not their trophy account would even come with them. People were confused.
Yeah,
people were scared.
I was actually wondering the same thing. Like, what? Maybe they just scrapped them completely because they just don't seem to care, which they didn't do. But I mean, it's almost as if they did. They didn't.
Yeah, I could never picture that question being asked about a Microsoft product.
No, definitely not.
You know, so they definitely have not. Sony has not created a lot of goodwill for the trophy hunting community. And like you can't even I can picture YouTube videos where Microsoft is working with their trophy or their achievement hunter creators, you know, where they're working with like Maka and guys like that. I can't picture any of that for like Sony. Does Hakum have anything?
I don't believe so. No, I don't think it's ever really something the company's acknowledged. I think, you know, there's very little promotional material, anything that references trophies or talks about trophies in any meaningful way, ever on.
Yeah,
Sony's
Microsoft
platforms.
will send you a whole care drop if you just make one video saying, "Hey, this new Games of Gold it's got trophies or achievements in it that you'll like."
Yeah, and because of that, we both support Microsoft and Xbox. Xbox is #1 exporter of potassium.
Incredible potassium.
Incredible potassium.
A lot of people don't know how great they are at potassium.
I guess so Nintendo is sitting out on its own, and I for a long time I struggled with the Switch when it first came out because I was upset they never put an achievement system in the Switch. And I was like, I really want it to be there. It feels like a waste of time playing these games, going back to your point at the start, without being recognized for having done it. And I was really upset, you know, at the beginning, thinking like, why would they not have done this? But now, I would say over the last 12 months or so, I actually appreciate that they don't have that. I've really enjoyed just playing Nintendo Switch and just chilling out with some Nintendo Switch and not worrying about, you know, a gamer score or a trophy or some guy in my YouTube's comment section being like, "What's your PSN? I need to compare my trophy count to yours.
What's your friend code?
Tell me your PSN now. You don't have any credibility.
Prove yourself.
Prove yourself
Fight
to me
to the death."
Which I will not be doing because I don't believe in that. I don't believe in having to prove yourself to somebody for the purposes of having more or less trophies than them. I think it's a ridiculous way of measuring self-worth or success.
Well, the argument, you can never win because if you have more trophies, you're a trophy whore and did bad trophies. If
Yeah.
you have less trophies, you suck. So it's like you can't win the argument no matter what. Even if you have the exact same trophy count as someone else, the quality of your trophies are either you're a try hard or you're a whore, one or the other. So it's like
If you want to see my trophy count, what you want to do is just look down below this video and you'll see a number of subscribers. That's my trophy count. And it's, and it's bigger than yours.
hit them with the flex. Yeah, I agree with the Nintendo system. Like I found myself playing Animal Crossing and really enjoying not having to figure out if there's any missables. You know what I'm talking about?
Like,
you know when you're like, is there going to be a
boy.
missable? Do I want to do extra runs on this? Do I need to start on hard?
Yeah,
you don't
I
need
gotta
to do that.
Yeah, well, it's second playthrough of Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know.
I agree. It is nice to just be able to pick it up, play it, not think about it. It's same with Breath of the Wild, right? You're like, do I have to play this in a specific way, or can I just play this however I want to play it and not have to?
I don't want to do 2 runs.
Yeah,
I don't want to do 3 runs.
I'm not gonna do 2 runs. I'll use
but I do want all the trophies.
I'll use a walkthrough and I'll use a guide to get all the trophies.
I'll intentionally ruin my entire gaming experience so I don't have to play this twice. So I'll just wait for the village strategy guide to come out so I don't have to do the collectibles run, you know.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing, but I am beginning to appreciate Nintendo a lot more for not doing that, just because I've de-emphasized it. And it's like now I'm playing PS5 games without even looking at the trophy list. Because it's actually a hindrance to pull the trophy list up on the PS5. It's just a pain.
Where is it?
Yeah, exactly. Where is
Nobody knows.
And B, because I just don't care anymore about, it doesn't bother me as much having an incomplete game or a complete game or whatever. It just doesn't, I've just gotten to a point where it doesn't matter. I'm 30. I have a mortgage. I don't have a job.
Oh, so you got time though.
Yeah. There's just other things that take priority, I think. So that's where I come down on it. I mean,
I still trophy hunt, but I do it slow.
Yeah.
Like a game that back in the day would take me 2 or 3 days. I'll let it. I'm still trying to finish that Timberman tennis game that Tony.
Oh, fantastic! That's good. How's that?
I'm supposed to.
I bet that's fun. That sounds like a good game.
Whenever there's absolutely nothing else to do, I load it up and grind matches just to get some coins. But
is it a hard platinum, like a time-consuming one?
No.
Okay, you just hate
it's just not a good game. So it's like I'm not gonna do this unless I exhaust every other option that's available.
I get that.
The same, and that's how I am with. I was playing this game, Retromania Wrestling.
I remember you telling me that. Yeah,
I was really into the game itself, and then once I finished it, I was like, well, let me just go ahead and knock out the rest of the trophies. But that did take a little bit longer than a game normally would take me if I were like really power gaming. I think just not forcing myself to go fast on a game helps me stay into the idea of completing it.
Yeah,
if I know I can just do this maybe next month or 6 months down the road, I'll just start it up and wait, finish it later.
It's interesting because like that's it's a similar attitude. I a year or 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to do that. I would have been like, nah, I got to get this thing done. I've got to like work my ass off all night to finish this thing. Fall Guys would have been a nightmare for me because I would have just been working. I would have been in those ridiculous boosting sessions where like there was 40 people boosting to get one person the trophy and stuff. That would have been me a few years back. But me now was like, I played Fall Guys when it launched and I dropped it. And then a week or so ago, the glitch happened where you could unlock it in 5 minutes by just doing private matches. And I did that. And I got the platinum now. And I was just, it was just opportunistic, right?
Right. That happens all the time with games. That happened to me on Black Ops 4 with the blackout mode. There was a lot of trophies.
They added all the extra skins for free and stuff like that, right? Like all the bonus content. Yeah.
Yeah, but there was a bug that allowed you to just do private lobbies after like a couple weeks of like grinding it. It was just really? Private lobbies bug, and we were just like, oh, let's just take advantage of this while we can. Let's do all like the blackout Easter eggs.
Is that still a thing or not?
They patched it out eventually, but I slid under there like Indiana Jones, grabbed my hat, and just kept on going.
That's how I would describe it.
Yeah, I still like doing trophies when I can get to it, but I have just so many things, right? Like with the day job, then all the content creation stuff.
Yeah.
And then I really like playing Apex for fun. I just like playing it for fun. It's a cracked out shooter with all the shooting that gives me the endorphin rush. Then under that tier, if I need to relax, I do trophies, which means if it's a game that is not relaxing to get the trophies in, it's not going to work for me.
Yeah.
If it's a game where you're like really sweating hard to do like a perfect run on a roguelike or something like that, it just won't do it. It just won't work for me.
Doesn't satisfy you.
But yeah, I would say that when looking at my two accounts, I've stuck with trophies longer than I stuck with achievements.
Yeah.
I got bored with Xbox. I did get bored with Xbox. And then if it's a game that I want to play for fun and I think maybe playing it on PlayStation will be too much of like a trophy stress, I just play it on PC. Steam has achievements. Are we going to bring those up?
It's a whole other kettle of fish, right?
I unlock Steam achievements all the time, and I'm like, what is this? What even is this?
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's yeah. It's
I get them on Jackbox all the time. It's weird.
You probably got more than most people.
Hakum? Probably more than Hakum.
Yeah.
Maybe, probably not. Hakum's probably grinded Steam achievements too.
I'm gonna say, I don't know. He's playing a Switch, a Vita with his foot. He's playing a PS3 with his hand. He's playing a PS4 with his other hand. He's rocking his baby's crib with his other foot.
He's walking through one of those.
He's playing VR.
Like, you know those scenes where it's just like 100 people on typewriters?
Yeah.
It's that, but Vitas, and he's just walking down the middle yelling commands at people. He's like, this is the debug code for Jack and Daxter. Do it now. Debug menu code.
Oh, man. Yeah, so look, I don't know. We don't really have a satisfying conclusion as to what is better. I think they both have... Whoa, that's my seat falling down. I think they both have merits in their own right. I think they both have pros and cons. You know, that they do things differently and they do things well enough that they've both been able to coexist like this long and still satisfy people. Because the achievement hunting community is massive. Likewise with the trophy hunting community. Like, I don't think one of them has cannibalized the other one necessarily. But people switch between them or do both or are diehard on one side.
Yeah, to stop myself from having a fence-sitting answer, I will say because of the way Microsoft supports achievements is better.
Okay.
But the only thing that's stopping me from saying that with 100% confidence is the fact that I think the Platinum Trophy itself is
YouTube
better.
channel.
No, never.
Okay, sorry. I understand.
No, I think that concept, the way that there's a badge that says you finish this game, is just much more satisfying than the 1000. That being said, I am a PlayStation trophy hunter. But I wish trophies had the same love that achievements did.
Yeah. I'll so you're saying achievements. So I'll say I think that Apple achievements on my iPhone are the best. For playing iOS games, just so that we're not, both sitting in the green camp. Then we're both just completely unbiased at that point. Actually, no, I'm just going to say the Nike Run Club app that tracks my runs is my best achievement.
What does Stadia have? Does Stadia have achievements?
Stadia got deleted. It probably does, to be fair. It probably has its own thing. No,
How many Ouya 100% do you have?
All of them. There's actually one for destroying your Ouya with the hammer. That was like the final thing you had to do to 100% the Ouya. You had to take a sledgehammer to the Ouya and just destroy it.
You got a certificate mailed to you that says you did it.
They actually, you take a photo of it, you submit that photo online, just on a web portal, and then they send you a letter in the mail with that final achievement. To sort of like round out your account, which is quite nice. No other company does that.
No. Well, those other companies still exist though.
Yeah, they do. It's true. I have become a lot more obsessed with like tracking my health and fitness stuff through like my Apple Watch and things like that. I've
So
become
that's the new achievement hunting for you,
well,
is
like
being
there's
fit?
I don't know. You don't have an Apple Watch? You don't use Apple, do you? They have this like thing with these different metrics you have to achieve each day, and like if you achieve them, you get like you get like 100% for the day or a platinum trophy for the day basically, and like it gauges it on you. You can get medals and stuff for doing different things for like beating different goals and stuff each day, and they have special limited edition ones you have to earn on a particular month for doing a particular workout or a number of workouts and things like that. I've been getting really into that. It's probably the completionist trophy hunter in me that's like really because I'm into my fitness in a pretty big way. So it's probably that's like tapping into something there.
I'm over my fitness. I wish I could stop.
All right,
I work out like how I get trophies.
slow.
It's like, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Do I want to be doing it? Probably not. But yes, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do it. I'm still gonna be in the gym. I'm still gonna be working out. I don't want to be here. I made a joke on Twitch about a guy came to my Twitch stream, and I had noticed he'd been making like inspirational TikTok videos about working out. And I tried to send him like a quick little plug that was like, yo, hey, promote your stuff. So he came to my Twitch channel, and I was like, hey, I skipped the gym today. Can you say some kind words to me like you do on your TikTok? And he said, sure, logged off, never came back. Then an hour later, after my stream, he sent me a TikTok where he clipped my stream, put it in grayscale, made me look ultra sad, super sad boy, sadder than you.
It's not hard.
And then he did like a face cam motivational talk, like, E-George, you're an exceptional person. You're doing great. I was like, yo, man, I don't need this. I mean, I thank you, but like, I don't. It's like, I'm still gonna. He's like, don't make this a habit. Still go to the gym tomorrow. Get back out there because you're great. And I was like,
yeah.
I just wanted you to plug your TikTok, man. I'm not on the verge of losing it. Please. And then my wife was like, send me that right now. And I forwarded it to her. She opened it. And as soon as he was like, E-George, you're exceptional, she went, no, and just closed it. She goes, it's too much cringe. I can't handle this.
She's like, who is this exceptional guy? I still haven't met him yet.
Yeah. She was like, is this guy in love with you? I was like, I don't know, probably. But like, whatever. I mean, it was nice. It was nice, but it was a bit much.
I like to, I don't know. Yeah, it's trophies and achievements are both good. Essay done.
See you next week.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Leave a comment down below letting us know what you prefer. I mean, I know what you all prefer, but leave a comment down below and let us know. Don't be stupid. Just
don't tell us why
cool.
Trophies are better.
Yeah, be cool.
Or don't tell us you like trophies.
Well, they can tell us they like trophies.
Tell us why they're better.
Yeah. That's better. That's better. Let us know why you like trophies more. And if you don't like trophies more, let us know why you destroyed your Ouya. Or why Xbox achievements are better. Just don't be stupid. Because I'll just delete your comment. And then send you
Lee will get him. Lee gonna get him.
Lee will probably ban you as well. Lee's been banning a lot of people. And I'm okay with that. So Lee's our mod for the YouTube channel, by the way. Doing a fantastic job keeping all you scumbags at bay.
Gotta keep them tight.
Yeah, don't forget to subscribe down below and help my trophy count grow by smashing the absolute shit out of that subscribe button. Go over to George's channel and help bump his numbers up. I think as of recording this, he's nearing on 200 subs. It'll be interesting to see what he ends up on when the video goes live. So for you guys to find out what he actually ends up on, you're going to have to go over to his channel. His URL will be below his name, link in the description down below. But click over there, check out what he's on. Let's see if he's on 400 by the time this video is live. Be amazing if he was. And if he's not, bloody well make sure he is.
Look, if I'm not on 200 by the time this video is released in 2024, I'm going to be really upset with myself.
Gonna be deleting your channel. I'll delete my YouTube channel in solidarity.
No, that's an easy out for you. You want to delete your channel. You need to do something you would hate. Right.
I do want to delete the channel.
You have to make more deals videos.
I'll make another video. I'll upload. Don't tempt me.
That's the true punishment. is you need to save the video you're working on and then upload it to YouTube. Think of that thumbnail. Got to put red arrows on it. Red arrows pointing at
arrows are
Division
important.
and McDonald's burgers.
That's a very important. Subscribe to George. Subscribe to me. Leave a comment. Don't forget to leave a like. If you leave a dislike, you're an animal. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys all in the next one.
See ya.
I'm so sad.